As you can see, I'm in the kitchen today and I'm just here cutting up some moose meat. If you guys had watched my videos over the last couple weeks, you'll know that I harvested a bull moose a couple weeks ago. I had dropped it off at the butcher's a couple days later and I have it back now. So I haven't tried it yet. So today I decided that I was going to make a couple things with the moose meat. My intentions was to do it outside in the outdoor kitchen, but we had snow overnight and it's fairly dirty and cold out there today, so I decided to stick with the inside kitchen today where it's nice and warm and toasty. And so today I'm making sweet and sour moose and sweet and sour meatballs with my moose meat that I have. So stay tuned and we're gonna get at it. My meat is still a little bit frozen, but that's the way I like to cut it. It just makes it a little bit easier for cutting up in pieces. So as you can see, I'm just cutting it in. This is fast fry. I have all my moose meat done in fast fry because it's the quickest way we like it, and it's the best way we like it. It's easy and quick for doing meals and outdoor stuff and stews, and sweet and sour moose. It's just so much easier, so that's the way we like it. And as you can see, I'm just chopping it up in little tiny pieces. So normally with sweet and sour moose, you would boil your moose meat for a couple hours beforehand before you add any of the vegetables, but because it's fast fry, I'm just going to take all the vegetables and the meat and put it all in the pot at the one time, and a couple hours in the oven and it will be done. Huh? Sit. 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 Good girl. So as you can see, there's not much to it when it comes to the vegetables. It's carrot, celery, onion, and meat, and pepper. And he usually calls for green pepper, but I didn't have green pepper, so I just used orange. It doesn't matter. Whatever you have on hand, I guess. Got some soy sauce. And I'm just eyeballing this because I don't usually follow the recipe, because depending on how big of a batch that you're making, you can swap out certain things. And this is Worcestershire sauce. A little bit of vinegar. And like I said, if you were making a bigger batch of this, you would add more ingredients and more stuff, obviously, but I'm just making a little small batch, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Next is brown sugar. Guess this is the sweet part of it. And the last thing I'm going to add is a can of pineapple, crushed pineapple. The recipe usually calls for apple, or you can use any fruit that's sweet, even I guess pears and stuff like that. But I'm just using what I have on hand today, so that's some crushed pineapple. Now tell me this don't look delicious. Sweet and sour mousse. It's one of my favorite meals with mousse. So that's pretty well done now and ready for the oven. So we're going to put it in the oven now for a couple hours. Cover on it. So that was a easy peasy meal, and just gotta wait for an hour or so for that in the oven. I'm gonna make some sweet and sour meatballs. This is my moose meat that came, it's grounded up, I guess it's like hamburger meat, but it's still froze yet. So I'm just gonna put this in a bowl for now, and I'll make my sweet and sour meatballs later. But for right now, I'm just going to put this in a bowl, let it thaw out, and then I'm going to head outside and do some cleaning up and take the dogs for a run. Oh, she's cold today. treats. Look, some apple muffins. Are you looking for apple muffins too? There you go. Something else I need to do too is close in this chicken coop for the winter. I had to put a piece of tarp on the back and a piece across here. Everything else is closed in, but as you can see with the snow and the wind we had last night, it just blowed in through this screen here, and so the coop is full of snow. But that's fine for now. It's not overly cold yet. I got one more chore left to do before I take the dogs for a walk, and that's bring in some wood. One thing about it, when the winter comes, you gotta have wood. For your one, okay? Just gotta wait for Zoe. And we now have Zoe. Here comes Miley, my little speed demon. So that was a good run with the dogs. I actually do that with them every single day. Sometimes we leave exactly from the cabin and run out the road, and sometimes they get in the bike and then I turn around out the road somewhere and they run back home. It's usually around 3 kilometers or so. It gives them good exercise, it gives them learning abilities to stick with me and follow me, as well as listening skills, which is great. I'm doing the same with them as I done with Miko when Miko was small. We need to get them used to this activity because I do a lot of skidooing in the winter, of course, and we're back and forth the road, and they need to learn to listen to me as well as follow on the skidoo. So it's great for them and great for me, and they're back here now at the cabin for the rest of the day, and they'll stick around here and play with each other and chew on their bones and stuff like that, and they're off leash all the time, which is perfect. And so far they are doing extremely good for an 8-month-old and a 7-month-old husky puppy. They do test my patience on a daily basis, and sometimes more than normal on some days, but I have to say they are doing really good. And 2 dogs is definitely much more work than 1, but we're getting through it day by day. They're doing good. So I'm back here now and I got my chores done, so let's go check in on that sweet and sour moose and head back inside. I also want to give a shout out today to my sponsors, which is New View Hunting once again. Great company to deal with, and great gear. This is a jacket. It's really soft, it's really warm, great for here out in the back country and outdoors and kicking around doing stuff for me. So once again, thanks to New View Hunting for sponsoring this video today, and great gear, and you can check them out. I will leave the link in the description. Oh, it smells good in here. It's starting to look good. So I'm back in from outside with the dogs. The sweet and sour moose is still in the oven. My moose meat or hamburger meat, whatever you want to call it, is thawed out now. And I'm just going to mix this up and make my balls and put them in the oven real quickly. So this is just your regular meatball recipe that anybody could have. It's just egg, and I put in breadcrumbs and whatever seasoning you're going to put in. I use about 1/4 cup of milk, and normally you put in onion, but I don't have any onion here today, so I'm just gonna make it without onions. And then I should be able to start rolling them in balls like this and add them to your grease dish. So I ended up needing another dish. I probably could have fit them all into one dish because they will shrink as they cook, but I may place them in there after. But here are the meatballs, and they're ready to go in the oven. So supper is done. I'm just gonna take it out of the oven here now. So we got my sweet and sour meatballs. and the sweet and sour mousse. And that certainly smells good. So here it is, the sweet and sour meatballs and the sweet and sour mousse, which is my favorite. Just look how good that looks. And if only you can taste it. Now we're gonna get this geared up and plate it up for supper. So I have a bit of rice with mine. And just pour that right on top. And a couple meatballs on the side. Just look at that. That's my supper. Just in time for supper, huh? Sit down, Molly. Good girl. I can finally sit down and eat my supper. I've been waiting for this all day. This is one of my favorite meals, sweet and sour mousse. And mousse that I harvested myself. That is absolutely delicious. I'm going to sit back and enjoy my meal, and I want to thank you guys for tagging along today to see how I prepared my sweet and sour mousse and sweet and sour meatballs. But I'm going to enjoy this now and relax, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I got lots more episodes coming up soon, lots more adventures, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe to my channel for future videos, and stay tuned for the next one here at Adventures Off Grid.